Hello, everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital News YouTube channel. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Jason Morgan brought up an interesting idea during the recent marriage fests. Once Jason crossed paths with Elizabeth Baldwin at the event, he wondered how Jake Weber would feel about spending the day at the lake with him. Jason suggested that perhaps he could go fishing with Jake or maybe go out on a motorboat if Jake set up the first option too boring. It's clear that Jason would like a chance to bond with Jake and rebuild their relationship, so a date at the lake sounds like a nice launch. Of course, Jake hasn't been veritably open to Jason's sweats to reach out so far. Although Jake blames Jason for bailing on him and not being a good father, he doesn't have the whole story. Indeed, if Jason isn't going to win any Father of the Time awards, he loves his sons and wouldn't have abandoned them the way he did without the FBI backing him into a corner. Some might judge Jason for putting Carly Spencer's requirements above his children's, but the verity is he allowed. He'd be immolating a many months to save Carly from 2 decades behind bars. This Pikeman takedown charge has turned into a far bigger design than Jason anticipated, and it could lead to some scary pitfalls for those closest to him as well. That brings us Jason and Jake's implicit day at the lake, which could come a reality, especially if Liz gives Jake a punch to go with his pater, and respect that he's trying. This could turn into a turning point in Jake and Jason's relationship if they indeed do some cling during their little lake adventure. Still, it could also lead to trouble if Pikeman chooses that moment to carry out an elimination attempt. Valentin Cassadine spoke with Jack Brennan about hopefully wiping Jason off the chart and cascading it on Sonny Corinthos. Pikeman wants Jason gone now that his cover's been blown, so transferring someone to target him while he's at the lake could be a possibility. Could Jason put Jake in peril with a new cling session? Our Gige prognostications point to Jason facing some life-hanging Pikeman drama ultimately, so stay tuned for updates on any terrible news that might be brewing. General Hospital spoilers say Jason may have to suppose presto and cover Jake if effects go wrong. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Nina Reeves remains drawn to Drew Kane and the hot body that she finds so tantalizing. Drew and Nina have hooked up further than formerly, so it may not be long until Nina wants another reprise performance. Although this started out as a story of 2 adversaries using each other to get what they wanted, Nina and Drew's quid pro quo has morphed into commodity differently. Drew and Nina nearly feel like real musketeers with benefits at this point. That said, there may come a point when Drew pumps the thickets on the passion that's been passing between them. Nina might end up taken suddenly if she kisses Drew and starts buttoning her blouse, only to get shut down by Drew moments latterly. It's clear that Drew has a strange and interesting bond with Nina, but it may not be commodity that'll ever turn into lasting love. Sizzling behind unrestricted doors is one thing, but going public in infatual love is relatively another. Still, Drew has been turning on the charm around single Jordan Ashford and flirting up a storm recently. Still, that could give him a good reason to reject Nina if Drew kicks off a new love with Jordan. Of course, the implicit rejection may feel rather sudden from Nina's perspective and could leave her feeling lowered. Nina and Drew's cooperation could come awkward and tense depending on how she might reply to being pushed down. Willow Corinthos could pick up on the change and wonder what happened, so that could leave Nina in a tight spot when it comes to explaining. Anyhow, Pens have been playing up multiple romantic possibilities for Drew, but he'll ultimately have to settle on one woman and one path forward. Still, Nina may have to find a different man to sizzle with if Drew chooses Jordan and goes all in on dating her. General Hospital spoilers say Nina and Drew's alliance will lead to some surprising news, so we'll bring you prognostications on all the drama and updates on where the story will go from then. He took over as head of the WSB when Frisco Jones was boggled from the association. But Brennan was soon revealed to also be the leader and author of the Pikeman Group, a veritably mysterious association with ties to illegal arms dealings. Apparently, Valentin Cassadine was also involved in the creation of the deadly association. General Hospital spoilers: Anna Devine busted Jack Brennan. Anna Devine busted Brennan not long after he arrived in Port Charles. He'd been targeting both Anna and Sonny Corinthos and was arrested after nearly taking Carly Spencer hostage. After that, Brennan handed over leadership of Pikeman to Valentin. Valentin and Brennan have met in secret at Pentonville a couple times, but they decided to cut off contact so no one would be the wiser of their connection. But Brennan came into information from Carly that he demanded Valentin to know, so he picked himself in captivity so he could be taken to General Hospital. He spoilers: Jack Brennan has a soft spot for Carly Spencer. Brennan was surprised that Carly came to see him in the sanitarium, but he sounded different that he generally does. Brennan generally comes off as trim and uncaring, but not this time. He much advised Carly down from visiting him further and suggested that he could be veritably dangerous, indeed, to her. Carly sounded more intrigued than spooked, but that doesn't mean that Brennan isn't correct. But the way he talked to Carly seems to indicate that there's further going on with him. It seems as though Brennan and Valentin are working together at Pikeman. But what if Brennan is working undercover? Maybe he's playing Valentin on behalf of the WSB, or indeed intimately working with Agent John Cates with the FBI. Dinkies doesn't feel to have Brennan on his radar at each, but that could each be an act. However, maybe there's further to him than preliminarily believed. If Brennan gave Carly a regard of his real tone at the sanitarium. What do you suppose? Is Jack Brennan really a felonious? Could he be working undercover for either the WSB or FBI? Has he given Carly a regard of his true tone? Anything can be in Port Charles, so stay tuned to General Hospital Raising weekdays on ABC. Spoilers: Jack Brennan has a soft spot for Carly Spencer. Brennan was surprised that Carly came to see him in the sanitarium, but he sounded different that he generally does. Brennan generally comes off as trim and uncaring, but not this time. He much advised Carly down from visiting him further and suggested that he could be veritably dangerous, indeed, to her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.